So we move to the next presentation by Dr. Geoffrey Chavula from Lake Malawi, Nyassa, to give us the 2 critical objectives for 2022.
Okay. Yeah, basically for the Lake Malawi, Lake Nyasa, and Lake Nyasa Basin, we are focusing on 2 key issues, like everybody has said. But for us, the starting point really is convening the national stakeholder workshops, because, like I said before, we had planned to do these things. I mean, these activities a long time ago, soon after the Entebbe meeting, but because of COVID-19, we haven't had any, progress on this particular stand. So what it is that, we still have to convene these stakeholder workshops in Malawi, in Tanzania, and in Mozambique, so that we publicize what these advisory groups are all about, and then we also look at their significance, because at the moment we haven't done that. And like I also said last time, we need to co-opt more people into the advisory group, because we're looking at both gender and then also expertise. So that is the first thing that we would want to do. And basically what we would need here is financial support from a care. And then the second one is not very different from what my colleague has just mentioned. We are interested in making sure that our labs are properly furnished with equipment for conducting basic lake monitoring activities. Here we're looking at chlorophyll measurements, chlorophyll air concentration measurements, and then temperature. This will help us to look at the lake circulation pattern, or mapping of potential fishing grounds, for example. Then stock assessments. At the moment we are saying, although Lake Malawi, Lake Nyasa is oligotrophic in nature, but we have something like 700 species which are very endemic, and other figures put it at 1,000. So stock assessments will also help us on making sure that our lake doesn't get polluted. These are deep lakes, and once polluted, it will take a long time to clean it. So here we're looking at sedimentation, stability issues, and then of course BOD in general. So and some movement has already been made on 2, in that an assessment has already been done about the equipment that we need within these 3 riparian countries of Mozambique, Malawi, and Tanzania. And then we still need some funding in order to do these very basic at the moment, and then thereafter we can go into much more complicated material. But basically that is what I would say at the moment. I know my colleagues in Tanzania, Mozambique, and Malawi are here with me. If there's anything that I have missed out on in this presentation, please let us know. Let the group know as soon as possible. So Zeph, that is all I can say in a nutshell, but thank you very much for giving us this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Chavula, for your presentation. Just while you are presenting, a question came from Fiona in the chat about what specific monitoring is suggested, and how could such continuous monitoring be sustained? Would there be any role of lake users, particularly local communities, in regular monitoring? I want to believe that this would be in reference to Simon's presentation. So I welcome Simon to provide some response, and also Piadini, if you're in, you can also talk briefly about the specific monitoring that's been suggested on all the African Great Lakes.
Thank you, Zip. Also is a great question. Actually, we in the Lake Victoria Basin Commission now, we are developing the Lake Victoria Basin water information systems. Well, actually, there is the understanding is that the partner state are the one to generate the information, and then they give the Lake Victoria, they share the information that they're generating. with the Lake Victoria Basin Commissions. But that one is not working well. That is why we want to just think about Lake Victoria Basin Commission to have at least 3 stations. And then we can also use that one, use the remote sensing data. And so this is the one thing that we are thinking about, but actually we are now working to put the Lake Victoria Basin Water Information System in the Secretariat here. And then the main focus is the water quality. So this is the direction that we are working, and then other parameters also will come. So that is why that I said that we want to work with the different stakeholders to have that Lake Victoria Basin water information functioning with the information. So this is what I can say.
Thank you, Simon, for the response. I'll start with the Pierre Denis, then Dr. Chavula. Pierre Denis.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Zef, and thank you, Engineer Simon. Monitoring has been discussed quite a lot in various groups, and we are preparing a strategy together with many stakeholders of each lake. And the strategy is based on the measurement of a few basic but very important parameters. They should not be many, and they should be few. Why? Because that should be sustainable. So, for example, temperature, transparency, catch per unit of effort, some land use parameters, biodiversity, and meteorological parameters. And this is detailed in a publication that will be published very soon at the beginning of 2022. And we are 84 co-authors for this publication. So there is no time now to detail this. So the objective is that if possible at each lake, this is done on a regular basis at between 2 and 5 lake stations, depending of the lake size. And then it's possible, for example, that this project during a few years would help to launch this, but this needs to be approved and discussed by countries. And then later on, that this might be supported by a large consortium of, for example, international organization, regional organization, universities, NGOs, that would help to support the basic instrument so that they can be replaced in time, etc. So this is a big issue. We have no time to detail this now, but thank you. And I'm very happy that Engineer Simon is putting this as a first priority, because that really encounters the goal of ACARE and the stakeholder of the at each lake committee. So this will be detailed more, and this is extremely important, and I think we are progressing well for this. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Pierre Denis. I saw Dr. Chavula's hand in a minute, please.
Yes. Let me start by thanking most sincerely Professor Pierre Denis for including us in this paper. We are talking about 84 co-authors, which is very interesting. But what I wanted to add is that, for our lake, the Lake Malawi, Lake Nyasa basin, we are very much interested in the wind speeds, because, some fishermen go fishing, and yet we have these very strong southeasterly trade winds, and they end up capsizing. Their boats end up capsizing. So in order to reduce those accidents, there is need for basic measurements of the climate of this particular lake. And like Pierre pointed out, we don't need so many parameters measured as a starting point. We need just to focus on, the few specific ones, as long as they give us adequate information about the status of these things. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you, Geoffrey. And you are right. Wind speed is a really very important parameter. This is why meteorology is included. We know there are some meteorological departments, but in some countries they are not operational. So obviously, it's important to have some automatic weather stations that are working on a continuous basis at various places. And those are only a few of the parameters that are included in the program, but they are indeed extremely important. Thanks a lot. Yes.
Thanks, Pierre-Denis. Thanks, Geoffrey, for your inputs and for the two presentations we've had. Thank you so much for initiating that discussion.